Batman and Robin, courageous warriors against crime, they are off once again to the rescue.
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Roger, ready to move out.
Happy New Year, everyone. Let's go. And here we are, like magic. What's happening, everybody? What are the odds? This was not planned.
Twinsies.
Twinsies. It's like Arnold and Danny. We're both twins. Yes. How the heck is everyone?
Start the show.
That's right. That's right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the new Comic Book Day live stream with Lorenzo and my comic book son, Circumstances. We do this every Wednesday because it's a fun thing to do, and it's brought to you at the same place where you can pick up these lovely, I tell you, t-shirts that we're wearing, and that is the Alternative City Shop. And there's a thing about that I can just find it here. I can play it. Here it is, right here.
I not only love reading indie comics, but I've self-published several indie comics of my own. You can find them on my Alternative City Shop, which has a link below this video. There, you'll find, along with my comics, t-shirts, stickers, and mystery boxes, you'll find pins and magnets that are called CBOs, or comic book originals, which are buttons, magnets, and pocket mirrors that I make from superhero comic books. These are one-of-a-kind items made from images cut directly from comic books, not photocopies, so each one is unique.
Boom.
Betcha.
Get over there. Link down below. Don't miss out. We could all show up to the con together, just representing, looking like an army.
No.
A bunny assassin army.
And everyone will wonder.
Ninja assassin.
That's right. And everyone will wonder just what the hell is happening.
That's
Who is that character?
That's why I love this shirt. And these are my favorite kind of nerdy things, is like nerdy things to where if you don't know, you don't know. But if you know, you know. And this is one of those.
You don't know, now you know.
You don't know. It's just a bunny
right.
with a ninja mask. But if you know, you know. Same thing as this hat, right? If you don't know, this hat ain't nothing. But if you know, this hat is dope. That's my favorite kind of nerd swag.
That's right. We know because we're the cool kids.
Shout out to the chat. Who we got already in here? We've got Phil's Treehouse, lovely man, always here supporting the channel. He always supports my channel as well. So thank you, Phil.
He is a lovely man.
Brother. We got James Lang in the hizzy. What's up, James? Good to see you. Of course, the lovely Miss Janet is here.
Also a lovely man.
Got
a lovely
Peter
lady.
Regatta. Peter Regatta in the house. What's up, Peter? Good to see you. 80s guy. More of the regulars are here tonight. Good to see you, fellas. Larry Love is here.
And drinking tea. Like the rest of us.
We got the tea.
And time.
Oh, there's Staple sneaking in there. We've got Stapled as well. What's up, Staple? Good to see you, my guy.
It's Jack here. Hey, what's up? What's up, my friend?
Happy new comic book day to all.
Yay. It's time to play the music. It's time to light the lights. It's time to dress up right. It's time to raise.
And if you have a real quick, just some self-promotion. If you have a moment, if you're on Instagram, check out my profile. I just posted a video, and the question is shaved or hairy? And I need you guys to let me know which one. It should be
or a landing strip.
Or should be hairy.
We're talking about something different. Okay, sorry.
You gotta watch the video to get the details here, but I need to know.
I think I know. Does this have to do with butts?
I like big butts, and I cannot lie. Yes,
that's right.
It does have to do with butts.
Oh my God almighty.
Let me know on Instagram, shaved or hairy, after you watch the video. This is very important.
I say this with love, son. This is a battle you cannot win. You just can't win this.
I'm not trying to win.
All, she is nicer ass.
What do you mean? Okay, I take offense because I've been called Bubble Butt Shaniqua most of my life, and I have been known to win butt contests. So I take offense to that. She does have a very nice hiney, but I also have a very
did them
nice
for a
hiney.
living, I bet, back in the day. Put yourself through college with the big butt contest.
So,
All
clean
right.
for me, please.
All right, well, hey, respect.
80s guy says shaved, baby. I'm with it, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Larry Love says as long as it's washed.
Staples, yeah, that's what Staples says. Oh, you know, no, don't do that.
In a box.
Oh, no. Yes, yes, it's a thing on Instagram, dear. I mean, I don't know if you might want to see it, but he hasn't done it yet. But he's threatening to.
It was just a little clip from FOC and Chill last night over on my channel. Every Tuesday night, the link is always in the chat if you want to jump on and hang out with me for an hour and a half or so. You guys are always welcome, man. Always a good time.
Always a good time. Yeah, I just happened to glimpse that I was skimming Instagram from one of my rare visits today. Should be more often, but like, huh? He's gonna do what? Okay. Oh,
yeah, I'm not really gonna do it. Shh, don't tell anybody, but I'm not really gonna do it.
Sure, because he always does just what he says he's gonna do. Yes.
No, see, I said last night, I was like, I don't take myself seriously, but I think I take myself a little more seriously than doing that. I think that's a little too far for me. I know some people could do it, but I don't know. I don't think it'll be as funny. I think most people, it'll be more gross than funny this time. You know, the first time it was gross, but it was funnier than gross. But this time, I don't know. I think the gross to funny ratio might be off on this one. Did you make it to the shop today?
I did. I mean, you should ask. Yes, on a completely different subject. And I tell you, it was another slow week. I mean, we could go through that whole thing of last week's slim pickings, and Lord knows it was slim pickings again because
yeah, I didn't even make it in.
Okay, sorry. I just use any excuse to play that clip. I love that clip so much.
Classic for many. We got Fabrizio sneaking in here. What's up, homie? Oh, we got Hooked on Juno as well. And Hooked on Juno, you're never late. You're always on time, man. Thanks for coming through. Good to see you, my guy.
How are you? Good to see you. And Hooked on Juno. Oh, late but here. Hey, don't start till you get here.
Is it Fabrizio Aiello? Aiello, right? Aiello. Fabrizio. That's a dope name right there.
Isn't it? I mean, I'm gonna learn to speak Spanish one day. It's such a beautiful language.
Fabrizio.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You can say anything and it sounds better in Spanish. It's just awesome. Yeah, so I did get to the comic shop, man, and once again, because of the holiday, that 2 holidays in a row, the books have been late, but luckily it's been so few they were able to pull my file, and I did get the new books. But man, it is, as Slim Pickens would say, slim pickings. I got a few things. Hey, really? That's nice. Okay, all right. Well, this Romance language, still, those are still French, Spanish, Italian. That's all. That's right. That's right. That's coming up too. You know that is. Hey, what's up, Travis? How are you, buddy?
And blame TM. He's the one that put my eyes to the idea. So it's all blame Canada as usual.
Blame Canada. Always want to blame the Canadians, man.
Blame Canada.
Always. All right. Well, let me get these out of the way real quick here, because there's not that many. And since there weren't that many, I decided to pick up some of the facsimiles I'd missed out on. This is I wish this isn't an original, but this is a facsimile of that first Wolverine series. I got my eye on some of these too that I'm watching, trying to get them for a good price while it's kind of I wouldn't say low right now, but it's not like hot. So I'm looking at some like mid-level copies of this book I might want to get, because 181 is just out of reach. I mean, that ain't happening. I'm not the golden age guru. I don't have like the other cat that does the investment videos that has stacks of them
honestly
sitting on his desk.
Honestly, the price that book is at, and to each their own, but for me, I can't imagine like wanting to spend them, even if I had that much money to spend. I don't.
181? Yeah. I mean, that's insane. I mean, God bless those who had the foresight to buy a bunch back in the day.
For all those big boy books, I'd rather have the money for all of them.
If I had to, at this point in time, yes. I mean, once we all have money to set on fire, to light our cigars with, then we can just pick up those big boy books. Yeah, exactly. But
in this economy,
exactly. Just wait, it'll be better. This has been out for a long minute. This is ROM facsimile, but I think this is still within reach too. I think more so than the Wolverine. I'll bet you. And this might heat up with maybe I think a new series coming out with ROM. And also picked up a couple of books I have not in the past few weeks, just to round out the 8 books that I picked up, which was just like, not that many. Simon, God, I messed his name up. Simon, I know, man. Simon Kudransky, the Blood Commandment series. I read number 1 already, missed number 2, so I picked up number 2, the A copy of that one, about this lycanthropy. I'm just having a hard time saying words. There's a wolf man involved. There's a werewolf involved. That's all I'm going to say. All right. And also the last old book is American Psycho number 2. I read number 1, figured I'll give it a shot. I'll try to, catch up on this and then see how it's doing. Hey, is that Scotty Vaughn? Oh, young Scotty. Hey. Happy New Year, son. Hey. Good to see you. Happy New Year. And the new books, man, are a few books. Doc Strange, number 11. I'm probably going to keep pulling Doctor Strange and Miles, because Miles, I guess, I'll probably like it once I read it. And Doc Strange, just like with Luke Cage, Doc Strange and Luke Cage are just my boys. I gotta represent one of those half series. Some of the few Marvel characters I do always rep. Batman number 141. I want to say this is.
Oh, Jorge, I'm gonna miss you.
Miss you, Jorge, but I'm sure he'll pop up on something else in the DC universe, because
I hope he doesn't become a cover only guy, because I love his interiors. He's my favorite on interiors.
Yeah, he could be if he wanted to, I bet. But I think, I don't know, maybe it depends on how they want to use him. So some people are exclusively cover only. That's like they can just call the shots. Like, hey, all I do is covers. But I don't know if he's not at that level yet, because he should be, or just he chooses to do that, or DC wants him to do interiors too. That's a good question. I don't know. I hope he does keep doing it. Interiors.
The homie C Bizzle, Couching and Slouching with C Bizzle, recently dropped a video where he did his top 10 artists. And his number 1 was Dan Mora, which I would, and we're talking interior art. His number 1 was Dan Mora, which I would put Dan Mora number 2 behind Jorge. I think he had Jorge like 6 or so. And Jorge would be my number 1. But it was interesting going through his list. I'd be interested to see other people's lists, what their top 10 artists were, and kind of some of the art. You know what? Maybe I should do that. I haven't done a produced video in a while. Maybe I should copy and do that. I don't think I want to do top 10. Maybe I'll do top 5 instead. But
so it's on C Business channel.
Yeah, Couching and Slouching with
Couching and Slouching.
Yeah. But yeah, if you have a favorite, and we're talking, obviously you have your favorite cover artist. Jenny Frison is probably my favorite cover artist, but I'm talking interior, because Jenny doesn't really do interior art, or at least in the book I've seen.
I have not seen her do interiors.
I'm assuming she has, but I just not in the
She probably, because you don't just come out, doing, covers. You got to pay your dues, so I'm sure she's probably done interiors at some point. Yeah.
A full book of her on interior art would be nuts. Oh man, just the beautifulness of her art on every page would be crazy. I hadn't really thought about that, but I would love to see it.
Wow. Well, I would love to see this too. Yeah, it's a floating world doing the thing at the theater, at the Hollywood Theater, at the legendary Hollywood Theater in Portland. Man, we went past there when I was there, but I didn't get a chance to go in. I was only there for one day, but that place is storied. And
I've been looking at January. I've been looking at that date because it's a big date for the Pacific Northwest's own Comic Tom 101 and Fire Guy Ryan. Their book Crash Down comes out 24th, and I hope they do well, man. I'm cheering.
I hope so. Yeah, me too. I got 3 copies coming, so yeah, I'm anxious to see it how it comes out.
Yeah, I think I'm curious to see if my shop will have it or not. It'll be a good sign if he does.
Mike Syke says, I think Frizzy has only done covers. Huh. First was that Voltron, but really, I don't know. Maybe she's got style. Juice.
Her style is so intricate, though, that like I feel like if she were to do interiors, it would take her forever because that's her style.
I say I'm not sure because I really couldn't say. I mean, when I jumped back into the collecting recently, she was already doing covers, and I didn't know any interiors that she had done. But
and what up, Mike?
You got like that. That's right. I love that name too. It's pretty cool.
Mike Syke.
Syke.
I didn't put that together. Yeah, that is nice.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. And now it is time for Love Everlasting, the latest episode, brought to you by Palmolive and other soap sponsors you might want to have. Man, I'm so glad this is back. This quirky little series is going to be an ongoing thing, and I got maybe 2 issues I need to catch up on, but I'll jump right back into Mr. Tom King's wordy little, crazy little thing that makes us all just go, oh, isn't that nice? So that's it. That's it. 8 books, and I think 5 of them were just like, I'll just pick this one and that one and that one, and just picking them randomly. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Marcus. Please
thank you.
Press the like button.
Thank you for still being here with us. If you are still here, go ahead and help with the algorithm. It's a biz niche, but it does matter.
That's what they say.
Those likes go a long way. So thank you for the like.
Yeah. We appreciate it. We appreciate it a great deal. And
it's funny, just real quick, the kids today, they come built and ready to say like and subscribe. Like if you put them on a camera, like my kid does it.
They do.
Like they do a video, they're like, okay, and then like and subscribe. And when, I'm telling you, I went to my daughter's last year. I went to my her kindergarten graduation, and they asked all the kids what they wanted to be. My daughter wanted to be a singer and a spy. I think she got that. I think she got that.
Awesome.
But most of the kids though wanted to be a YouTuber, and I was like, "What? How did they even know what a YouTuber is? They shouldn't be watching YouTube,
dude."
But they all wanted to be YouTubers, man.
They come out of the womb writing code and watching screens. So yes, they know exactly
Hashtag
what
like
YouTube
and subscribe.
Hashtag like and subscribe. Hashtag came out of the womb being a YouTuber. Yes. So yeah, I mean, not surprising because they see it as stardom, I mean, and stardom in some cases, stardom just for being a star. I mean, just for not having anything to say or any kind of noticeable skill or talent or anything, or just like, hey, I just want to be, I want to do a prank on someone, so I'm going to have a YouTube channel and I'm going to make $1 million doing it. So, sometimes it's misplaced stardom, star wishing, nothing wrong.
It's not easy to come up. It's not easy to come up with funny stuff. At least it hasn't been for me. So, like, if you are able to come up with a prank and it's funny, like, that's not easy.
I think the funny pranks died with Candid Camera a long time ago. All the stuff out there now.
Back in my day.
I mean, you see how many people wanted to just like kill Ashton Kutcher once he did some shit to him? Like, how many just wanted to just kill his ass? Like, well, dude,
he didn't actually. He didn't release any of the ones where
they wanted to kill him. That's why he didn't.
I got pranked. Didn't think it was funny. Yeah, he didn't.
Wow, imagine that.
I can't remember any specifics, but there are some that never got released, and I would love to see them.
Oh, that would be. They probably would not do it because of legal, ramifications.
Yeah, I would love to see
them. Don't you ever do that shit to you again? Yeah, no. But I'm sure he shows it like at his house when you come over to visit. Hey, let me see some outtakes from Punk'd. I'm sure that'd be awesome to see. Oh man, that's hilarious. Yeah. So yeah. I mean, is that Willie? Oh my man. Willie, what's up, brother?
What up, Willie? Good to see you.
Oh my God.
Willie, don't do it, man. Not with that money.
I'm gonna have to watch that movie. I've never seen it.
A Raisin in the Sun? Oh my God.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's a Raisin in the Sun. That's when the dude ran out with his money, man. Oh, no one spoil it for you.
Did Charles S. Dutton also do it? So
probably a different production.
Yeah, I think I've seen a different production. I haven't.
He's too young to be in this one. He was Sidney Poitier.
I think he did a different version of it. Yeah.
You talking about Rock? Oh, Rock was a good show. It never
Remember they did that show live?
Oh, that was live. It was good.
Live. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm surprised that nobody's tried to do that because that's one of the few things that brings people to cable television. That's why news channels and sports are so valuable to cable because it's the only thing keeping people tied to cable because it's the only live thing. It's a live thing, and that's the only thing that you would be attached to. I'm surprised that we're not more attached to that.
Oh, cable is dying it's not dying without a fight, though. It's scraping and clawing, trying to bring you back with, how about live TV on Hulu? No. That's why I got Hulu, because I didn't want any live TV. You don't understand.
I wonder
cutting the cable. Cutting the
cord. I wonder if they would have an angle of getting a live feeling by doing sitcoms live like Rock did. I doubt it, but it'd be interesting to see. They wouldn't get me back with it, but
like live, like not just in front of a studio audience, but like live.
Like a theater atmosphere on TV. Yeah. I mean that takes a lot of guts to go live. Yeah. That's why it was so interesting. Like, even when they messed up, it was interesting. It was like, he messed up there. It was a new element of the. It was like critiquing the sports quarterback. Did he throw that ball well, or did he mess up on that line? It wasn't perfect like you would expect. Yeah,
but it's the stage people know they've messed up before on stage and just keep it moving.
Keep going.
Yeah. This is a pretend world anyway. Yeah. Once you break that rhythm, it's over. You got to keep that. You make a mistake, go roll with the mistake. That's what we do now. That's a whole different animal.
It's funny how we all got what we wanted with cable TV. Cable TV is kind of broken up now, but we're paying more. I feel like I'm paying more with all these streaming companies than I was.
Yes, that's why I'm not going to do it. No, they didn't get me. I got me with a few of them, but I've cut off the lifeboat. Oh, nobody else on the lifeboat. I'm getting no more.
How many do you have? How many do you have?
We have Netflix. We have Disney.
I have that one.
We have Hulu. We have Amazon Prime because we get lots of stuff from Amazon. Oh gosh, what else we got to be paying for? For me, it's MLB Network. That's my only sports thing.
Yeah,
that might be it. That might be it. Yeah, I'm not. I don't care how good people tell me Ted Lasso is. If it doesn't come at some point on other platforms, I'm not going to see it. And anything on Apple TV,
I'm going to tell you. Like, I understand, but you're wrong. It's worth $5 to get in. Slam out all 3 seasons. I'm telling you right now, you and Janet will absolutely love it. I'm telling you.
So you're saying just get it for a short time, slam them all out, and then drop it.
1,000% chance you guys are gonna love this show. There's 0 chance you won't absolutely be thrilled with this show. I'm telling you right now. And Hannah
See, that's how
Waddingham
they
is
get you, man. That's how they get you. Like, you get one big show, and they bring everybody else in. With
you can slam
show.
it out in a month, and they'll get $6. I think you can even get a trial, but like they're only going to get a little bit of money out of you, and that show is worth it, and it's right in your guys' wheelhouse. Like one thing about Ted Lasso is that like I try to be a good person, but Ted Lasso makes me feel like a piece of shit because he's such a better person. He's such a better person than me. Like you watch that show, he inspires you to be a better person. Like I guarantee you guys will love that show. Okay, I'm done. Guaranteed.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just resisting on the principle of the thing, man. I just maybe someday. I'm not ruling it out, but I'm just like, okay, now you got Paramount. Now you
guys are gonna be like, why did we wait so long?
But everybody's got it's called their content home. You know,
Larry's with me. And like Ted Lasso is so cheesy, but I still love it. Like that's hard to do. To be cheesy and me not hate you is not easy to do. But it's not only cheesy and I don't hate it, I fucking adore it.
Wow. You know what? If they put out a box set, I would rather buy that than subscribe to their,
Oh my God, Phil knows what's up. Hannah Waddingham.
No, I'd rather have it. Yeah.
Phil, Team Hannah, Phil's Treehouses knows what I'm talking about. Hannah Waddingham from that show is a god. She is a god.
Let's see, I've started something here. Oh yeah, we just started on one of our 5 that we're paying for. We're watching Reacher, which is based on a book, which I guess what the Tom Cruise movie Jack Reacher was based on. So glad we didn't see the Tom Cruise movie. Oh my God, because he could never have touched this. I don't care how good it was. He could never have touched how good this show is.
It's kind of silly because he's not a big guy, but it actually is a good movie. I liked it.
I know.
I'm sure this is better though. I've been meaning to watch this.
Because the whole point, I guess, the way Reacher was written is like, it's this big, enormous fucking 6'5", 6'6" dude,
and that is
like a
not
fucking
Tom Cruise.
House.
Yeah.
I don't care how you stage him. He's not going to be Jack. He's not going to be the real Jack Reacher, in his mind. And at the bank, he's that big, but he's never going to be that size of that guy. And the guy can act.
It's been universally praised. I've seen some call it dad TV, great dad TV. So it's on my list of things to do.
It's what mainstream TV should be. It's one of those shows that I say, okay, this mainstream TV was like this, I will watch, this kind of police procedural because it's real, it's brutal, and it's well acted, man. And it's funny in a lot of places too. So yeah, I recommend Reacher for
Amazon
sure.
Prime, man. Yeah. It's such a must, right? Jeez,
yeah.
Taking up the word. I think for the longest time I thought Google was Skynet, and now I'm beginning to realize that no.
I can't believe you said that. Yes, he is.
He is. He is a good-looking dude, man. I'm assuming that's the guy that plays Reacher.
Yeah. And he's it's like Captain America without the shield. He's just this big altruistic dude.
He'd be a dope Captain America.
Yes.
I wouldn't mind seeing him play Captain America.
I don't know how is he not in the Marvel universe, or at least in somebody's superhero universe.
Yeah,
he is built for that role, and he can act. That's the thing, because a lot of these guys are just like, Yes, he is. Yes. Yep. It's such a great show. I mean, he doesn't take any shit, but he's just the pure heart guy. I mean, women have to beg to sleep with him. He's just such, I can't sleep with you because I'm your superior officer. I'm trying to throw this around your neck here. You're just not even accepting what's wrong.
I say to myself, I wish that I had that problem, but God knows that I'm the wrong person to give that problem.
That would be the wrong person. You just get in trouble. You're just gonna get in trouble, son.
I'd be Genghis Khan out here just populating the world.
Oh no. Or what's the other guy that was married to Mariah? That's on the Voice or whatever. I forget his name.
People clown him, but like at the base of survival of the fittest, that's what it is. That's really what it is. It's our function of it's the purpose of life is to keep life going.
That's why God gave us men that drive, because we know that human race will never die out because of that. Yes, So
I don't know if it would never die. I think we're definitely gonna. I mean, whether it's
unless we kill ourselves with something
no,
else.
I mean,
That's the
everything
story.
is finite, right? I mean, it's the amount of time is not fathomable to us, but our sun will blow us all up one day. It's there is a finite amount of time to destroy.
Our sun will blow us all up.
No, seriously, it will go supernova.
Oh, you mean I thought you meant her son, your son that you have.
No, the actual sun. It will
The actual
go
sun, yeah.
It will engulf the Earth. Our Earth will no longer. I mean, before it even engulfs us, will be uninhabitable. But like there
That
is
shit
a
happens
time
so fast.
limit.
It'd be like, huh? Whoosh. Okay, that was
No,
something.
I mean, it's going to take billions. It'll take billions of years, but
I mean, it'll slowly get hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter. But I guess when the whole big bang happens, it probably will be pretty instantaneous and just like a big, flare will just fry us. Like,
I think about the end when the sun gobbles everything up. I wonder,
this is the end.
Will humans still be there, or will we have already gone extinct? I'm assuming we'll be extinct before that happens.
Probably. Just the roaches. The roaches will still be here, because like they have nowhere else. They're invulnerable.
All right, I'm done. I'm done derailing things.
All right. With that, then let's start the reviews. Yes, and this week we're going to do the reviews a little bit differently. Since it's such an incredibly slow week, I decided to just focus on the Artist Alley. And out of the Artist Alley, I got a letter from Mr. Joseph Gale, who is the head writer and one of the big wigs at Noble Entertainment. And they sent me a stack of books, literal stack, like all these books here. And they're all ways. And I'm going to review those books one by one.
I like how indie looking they look. I love really indie looking books,
I know. I mean, that's what it's all about, baby. And then Mr. Gale's letter, he says they haven't really had a chance to get consistent feedback on their work. As a writer and artist, it's been extremely frustrating to show people their work and never get anything more than that's cool or that's amazing or something like that. So they would like me to give to read these books and give them some feedback and show what I think of the books, so they can just get some unbiased opinion. All right, let's do this. All right, the first one is called Testing the Waters. This one is it's
can I see that cover again?
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm a little quick on the draw.
So it's two ships. Okay, so it's like pirates.
Super. Yeah, it's two ships and it's like a pirate. Cover. Yeah, and this dude out here, he's like a superhero of sorts.
This is what I was talking about. That cover looks so indie. I love it.
I know, right? I know. And this features this superhero called Maelstrom. Maelstrom is he's got superpowers. He can fly and he can swim underwater and all this stuff. But sometimes he gets injured by stuff like getting hit with things and bullets and stuff like that. But he is nonetheless a superhero. Maelstrom is a little bit lazy, kind of like me. He sleeps till 11 o'clock every day. He doesn't get up. He just likes being a superhero, but he's not about the whole being up at the break of dawn, any of that kind of stuff. And he kind of likes to hog the spotlight because he found out there was a photo op being done on the bow of this ship that they were just dedicating to be a companion, like escort for him. And he had to show up and just like kind of hog the spotlight for the ship. So he's got some human frailties about him. There's some things about the story. The story is fine. The art is fine too. A couple of the books have these. I don't know if you can see the word balloons. I'm not a fan of those balloons, and they corrected them in some of the later books. But this issue and the next issue have those same kind of word balloons. And balloons should, it's a cliche, but they should be clear, descriptive, and they should never be something that you really notice. And if you notice them, then it's kind of like it's a distraction from the story. So I think they figured that out. So they changed it in later issues. I should say who the production people are on this. The writer is Braxton Hastings. Editor is Joseph Gale, the gentleman who wrote me. And the artist and colorist is Jonathan Western. And the cover artist that you like so much is Joseph Western. I guess a relative of that person. And the digital editor, nepotism, Nepo baby. Bryce Payne is the digital editor. And original characters by Jonathan Western. And creative consultant is Kip Struling. So I got that out of the way. So Testing the Waters is the first issue, I think, of this character, and it ends on a cliffhanger. And then there's a character that I really like that has he's a whole army of people that look like this. Kind of reminds me of some Marvel character I can't quite place, but it's very, very cool. I like that. Kind of like a Taskmaster a little bit, but not a whole lot like Taskmaster. But it's pretty cool. So this one, I would say, except for the word balloons, the word bubbles and the lettering, decent comic. Second one is called The Wheat and the Tares, Tare.
I love this cover too.
Tares and bears. Yes, the wheat and the tares. And this one is also, see what, give out the propers here. This is written by Joseph Gale, art by Jonathan Western. And there's digital editor Bryce Payne, cover artist Alan Western, and creative consultant Kip Struling. So
it's a family affair.
One child grows up to be love the bar. And this one is I like the concept of this one too. This is kind of like an exorcism. This priest and this brother named Jamal. I guess a brother. Well, he's named Jamal, so it's probably a brother. Yes, he shows up. They show up kind of like, I thought they were exterminators at first, and they show up at this house of this family who hasn't shown up at church in a long time. So quite naturally, priest goes in there, but they need his exorcism. So we're gonna go see what's going on with these people, and we're gonna give them said exorcism. And they find that some strange things are going on in the house. The house appears to be empty, and it leads up to a crescendo at the end where it's continued, and we don't really find out, like with many first issues, we don't really find out what is the problem here. We have a little bit of a fight with one of the characters here, and then this also has issues with the word. These are the two that I was talking about with the word balloon issues. So I think they straightened it out after these two issues here. I think these were earlier in their production lives. But other than that, once again, the word balloons, my biggest issue. It's a little bleary. Some parts, like right here, you can't really see some people's faces. My reflection is not helping any with that too. But other than that, the art is fine. And also, he was saying that they do digital art on Photoshop and all that stuff, as well as old school art. And to their credit, I can't tell the difference, and that's a good thing. If you can't, this is digital, and this is for, you can't really tell the difference here between the traditional and the digital with all this work. So you're doing something right as far as that goes. Next one is like a series. It's called, is it Benny McKenzie? Oh, Henry. Sorry, Henry. The type, the font, and the type on the top is a little bit illegible there. So it's Henry T. Manchester, and this one is Gone Fishing, and it's pretty much just this dude goes fishing, and it's just like a stream of consciousness thing. This is written by Joseph Gale also. The artist is Jonathan Western, and the cover artist is Joseph again. So that's kind of a trend going with this. I guess Joseph got some early covers, and the dude just goes. He's just like this dude in a plaid shirt who, he's going fishing, man. He's like takes his boat and throws it out in the water like Paul Bunyan. Let's go. It's fishing. Fish. And it's and you don't learn a lot about him. That's the thing. I have no problem with stories that are told with we let the artist tell the story and don't have any words. That's great. But sometimes if you don't if you're not familiar with the character, you need a little bit of help. Like, who is this guy? Why is he out here? What's he doing this for? So maybe you have a little bit, maybe a story in the back. This one is kind of self-explanatory, but the next one is a little bit. I get a little bit lost in the next one. I'll save that critique for that one. And this one, I can't say anything about the word balloons because there aren't that many. But there is one that's a little large there, but it could be worse. And it just basically it's just this guy. He's got this really super hairy chest. He got like a rug on his chest, right? It's like
Nice.
where is it? Yeah, it's like it's like you could put dreads in that thing if you wanted to. And I think this is probably Joseph's baby here, I guess, because he did three books with Mr. Manchester in it. The second one is Henry or Manchester's Snow Day, and this is like you might imagine it's a snow day, and I guess he's just a lot of weird stuff happens. It looks a little Chucky, doesn't it? Does like a little bit like Chuck Norris, yeah. And this cover artist, moving on from that one, the cover artist on this one, yeah, Dan Digby is the cover artist on this one, same writer, and the different interior artists, Leonardo V. Lapuz. I hope I didn't mess their name up, but this cover artist, I dig this is like probably the nicest cover so far. So far, there's more to come. The interior art is just the guy, he's going down the river rafting. It could have been fishing, but he's actually just he runs into a snowstorm or something later on. And this is the part where he could have had more description, because he's chasing this thing that's blowing down the road, and there's not much of a description there of why it got away from him and he got it again. But you could have like a little balloon saying like, oh, it's nice to be out in the woods, to get away from my home, which is so and so, or to be just bring up some shit about his past. Help us understand just who in the hell Henry T. Manchester is and why he deserves his own magazine. Just give us a little bit more insight into this dude. I know he's your baby, and he comes from the heart and everything, but we need to learn to love him like you do. So get a little more Tom Kingy in here for me. He's a little bit too too enough said.
Who would have thought you'd say that?
I know, right? Never say
You're
never.
a bona fide Tom King fan. I don't think we can deny that.
I am, man. Might as well wear a t-shirt. And there's a lot of, I love to list, just like I said, let the story tell itself with the art, but sometimes you have to jump in and just fill us in. And this book could have helped, could have earned, I should say, could have benefited a lot more from having a little bit more words in it. Because I do like the artist, even though this interior artist does a book later on that I really like a lot. But it looks, him doing this character, it looks a little strange, but hey, that's not the worst part. Just a little bit more words in there would have been a little bit better. All right, next Henry T. Manchester book, a trilogy, don't you know? Bad Hair Day. Bad Hair Day. I mean, and all these books came with like little stuff in them. I mean, they got their sticker and their Chachi game down. They got little stickers. There's like one of our guy Henry there, and even in one of them, there's like a little fake mustache. It came inside the book, so I could, you can. I should wear the rest of the show. Just put that fake mustache on, yeah. But
what up to Hack? Real quick,
what's up, Hack? Hack. Good to see you. So I and since all those things were inside these books, I was saying, oh God, they didn't put any hair in this one, did they? So it's like just like a lock of Henry's hair in this one, but no, luckily there was not. And this is probably the best cover so far. I don't know if you can. I mean, in my opinion, the other one was pretty dope too, but this one is probably your best cover. And this one is Craig Ludwig. There's a cover artist on this one, and the artist is Ivan. Oh, here we go. Alfarisi. Yvonne Alfarisi is the artist, and the writer is Joseph Gale. And this one, this is just really like, the whole concept is his mustache, which I guess is a whole running gag in the series, because he gets like, shipments from this place called Beards Monthly. and he he doesn't have a beard, he has a stash, and he opens the mailbox, and his mustache wax is in there. He just throws all the rest of the shit, like, oh, fuck all these bills and everything like that. Give me that mustache wax, baby. Gotta put that stuff in. So he puts the mustache wax in, and his mustache just comes to life. And there's a whole thing where the mustache is kind of
like Samson, not really.
kind of like
he
Samson.
Gets power from his hair.
Yeah, I mean, his hair actually is power, and it literally jumps off his face and starts going nuts. So I guess, and if I had like an explanation maybe at the end, it's just nothing wrong with fun books, that's what comic books are about, like fantasy and shit like that, right? But at the end, it'd been like, oh man, somebody spiked my water with some LSD, and I thought my mustache jumped off my face, but an explanation like that at the end. But it totally was not at the end. It was just like, well, that happened. So that was
is there a number 2? Maybe that's what it is. That's where you
maybe that's what it is. But as a standalone issue, it's just and then at the end it has a quote that says, "It's only when a man tames his own demons that he becomes the king of himself, if not the world," by Joseph Campbell. So throw in that quote. All right. I don't know what relevance it has to the story, but right on. I agree with that. So I guess my point being on this one is the word balloons are better, as you can see. The flow of the story is better. And the cover is dope. So, man, great job. Great job, guys. Love it. 2 more books. This is one of the last 2 I saved for best. The best for last. This one's called Starfall, and it features this character named Flare. And Flare, this is I guess one artist rendition of her right here, right there in the middle. And in the interior, she's drawn differently. I think Flare's power is kind of like the human bomb, because she can blow herself up and things like that. So that's what I call her, and she's called Flare. Now, this is also interior art by Vincent Lapuz. So this, I think, is his better book. Flare is like this futuristic universe where like she's being hunted, and she lands in this futuristic universe, not knowing with amnesia, not knowing why the hell she's there or why she's being hunted, and people just start coming for her. So
who's the artist on that one? It seems like a different artist.
It is. This is actually the same artist who did the book where he's in the snow day, but it looks different. This is Mr. Lapuz. It does. That's what I like about it. It's very anime inspired. I think this person, Mr. Lapuz, is very more at home doing this kind of work, more so. I'm just speaking for him, but I could be wrong. Yeah, but they did a much nicer job on this than they did on the Henry book. Maybe it's just like,
I liked the art. The art in I didn't hate the art in that book, but it just this is nicer. I like this.
It is totally nice. The balloons are tight. They're on point. Everything is great on this book. I got, man, if I would see it at a convention, I would totally pick it up. This is something that the color therapy is just working for me. You know how big I am on color therapy. There's one weird thing in the story here where where Flare is hit by a cab, I guess, and the cab driver's like, "Oh, let me take you to the hospital. Get in the car. Let's go to the hospital." And halfway there, he's like, "You know what? I have a first aid kit. Let me stitch you up myself." Like, what's that about? So I don't know what that term was about. But other than that, everything's fine in the book. And there's my second favorite book from this company. My favorite one is called Mark Part 1. And this is, I mentioned the Noble Entertainment. This is probably one of their best covers The covers are getting much nicer, as you can see, as you go on and on. The covers are nicer. The word balloons are getting. I'm thinking that these were probably released years apart, maybe a year or so apart at least. And this one is art by Dan Digby. Jonathan Western is the writer, and Joseph Gale is Joseph Gale's a writer. I'm sorry, Dan Digby is an artist. Okay, I was looking at the way it's written here, and the cover artist is Jonathan Western. So Jonathan Western does a pretty good job on that cover. And this one, Mark, is like this kid who's like an android. We don't get an explanation as to what exactly he is, but he has mechanical arms, and he has got this team back at.
He has a mechanical face too.
I know he's got something going on with his face, so he's had some work done. He's had some enhancements, let's say, and he's got this team back in his ear, very much like a lot of heroes do. And they're back at home base, and they're telling him what's going on, and what's his 20 and all this jazz here that they talk about in his ear and that kind of thing. So the word balloons here are good. They're kind of squiggly. I don't know what's up with the squiggly thing, but still looks better than that way they had it in the first couple of issues, which was just too obtrusive and distracting. But these are cool. I mean, I don't notice it as much because the book is much better. The story is much better. The art's good, and this is like a futuristic kind of a thing. And the kid it's like Iron Man's armor. He's like down. His power source is like really down low. And you got to get back, Mark. You're losing power. And this is, I think, their best effort so far. And another thing I would mention, too, that they would put, I forgot to mention this earlier, they have their words, their page numbers at the bottom here. I would either make that less, much more low key in a super tiny font, or I would just scratch it all together. I know it helps you when you're putting it together and all that, but sometimes it doesn't really look good. You know what I'm saying? Like when it's produced, when it comes out, it's kind of like a distraction, and it doesn't help. Plus, there was one who was like they were written in handwriting. It's like, oh, this one. You see, it was totally written in hand by hand, like So I would get rid of that, but. That's it. I mean, thank you for sending that stuff in. I mean, this. I mean, I can tell by the last few books here that you guys are getting together, and you're banging out comics, which is more than I can say right now. And I appreciate you, Joseph Gale, head writer and head honcho over there at Noble Entertainment. I will leave. I meant to put the link down in the chat before the show started, but I will put the link down before. Their website is www.nobleentertainment.net is their website, and I will put that down below once this video is over. And also, you can reach. I don't know if I would give his email out or not, because I don't want to have crazy people emailing him and stuff like that. But their website is nobleentertainment.net, and I'll put that link
is in the chat. And it's in the chat right
now. Man, you're just magic fingers. Mr. Magic Fingers here, just got them already out there. So it's in the chat. They'll be down in the description later. That's what the ladies call you. Yes, I'm sure. Mr. Magic Fingers.
They used
Hey. Flair, leader of the Four Horsemen. Yes.
Woo!
Indeed, man. I tell you what. So, man, that was fun. I mean, it's good because they sent this stuff to me, months ago, and I'm just catching up with all this stuff. And some people is, hey, some people just, sending me new stuff. I haven't even done their first stuff, so I'm catching up slowly but surely. And this was an all indie comics review, so I guess you can't beat that.
Yeah, living up to the name, baby.
Yes, sirree.
It's 2024, guys. First show of 2024. Happy New Year to everyone.
Happy New Year.
Happy
New Year to everyone.
We made it to 2024.
How crazy!
Do you remember a time in your life when 2024 would have felt like just forever ago or forever away? Like I remember when 1999 felt forever away.
Like For instance, when the Prince song came out, like,
Yeah.
that's gonna be forever before that comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really my point of reference in terms of time. Is like I remember listening to Prince and being like, "Can you imagine December 31st, 1999? That's gonna be crazy."
I
And
know.
now here we are, 24, 25 freaking years later. That's crazy.
Does anybody remember Y2K and all that nonsense that was like allegedly?
No, we thought it was the
oh,
end of the world. All the
totally.
computers were going to break. And the
Yeah.
whole thing was stupid. All the computers were going to break because computers were set for 4 digits or for 2 digits. And so the computers were going to think it was 1900 instead of 2000. That was the whole Y2K problem, which wasn't as much of a problem as they made it out to. But I think a lot of these things are about driving ratings for news. They'll manufacture
I know.
for news.
Because fear gets your attention, and blood and guts, if sells, so I'm sure that's
they
probably
make you scared and they make you angry. That's how they get you to watch.
Yes.
Don't watch the news. Don't watch national 24-hour news. Only watch your
never
news.
Yes, and pick your news sources very carefully, and none of them begin with Q.
All Fox News, MSNBC, CNN, they're all terrible.
Yes,
all absolutely terrible.
They're all corporate. It's so funny you talk about the liberal media. Where's the liberal media?
Yeah,
which one?
They're all terrible. They're
CNN?
all owned by the same people. Yeah,
CNN.
Or if they're not the same people, they're homies. They all understand they're on the same team.
CNN.
What is understood is not
corporate news network. Yes. MSNBC is owned by Comcast, which is a right-wing Christian organization. So there is no liberal media. That's just another misnomer that they make out there.
And we're such a silly, divided country. We've been so George Orwell was right about everything. I just posted about this on Twitter today because I was thinking about it. It was like right now on Twitter, you'll see that Jeffrey Epstein is trending every day because they're getting ready to release this list of people who were his associates or whatever. And on Twitter, the left-wing people are like, "Oh, Donald Trump, blah, Republicans, blah," and all the conservatives are like, "Oh, Bill Clinton, liberals," and they're all making this out to be a partisan issue when it's clearly not a partisan issue.
Let me tell you something. As you know, this is something that they both reached across the aisle for.
Yes,
this is something that they're both
not
involved.
about politics, but everybody wants to make it about their team when it's not about your team because your team is bullshit. Your team is a mirage, motherfucker.
Yes. all pedos don't belong in one party. Okay, they cross both aisles.
I'll tell you one of my favorite. I love This American Life on NPR. It's such a great show, and one of the episodes they did was called "The Other Mr. President," which was a story talking about how Vladimir Putin came to power. And one of the things that they quoted Vladimir Putin was saying is like, "Oh, what is it? It's like it's the illusion of democracy. Like everything is set up to create the illusion of democracy, the illusion of choice, but really there's no choice." And I remember thinking, "Wow, that's crazy." And the more I think about it, the more I realize that we're no different. We are living in the illusion of democracy now.
Oh my God!
You see it in these arguments about Epstein, where everybody's like, "Oh, it's about Democrats. Oh, it's about Republicans." No, it's about rich people.
Have you heard anything about the Lady Galan? What's her name? Gazelle. What's the name? Gazelle.
His name Maxwell.
Ghislaine. The Lady Ghislaine. Yeah. The Lady Ghislaine. We ever heard anything about the Lady Ghislaine? You know why? But the Lady Ghislaine has got some shit on a whole lot of people stashed away somewhere.
No. Oh, she certainly does.
The Lady Ghislaine is living like a queen. Talk about Orange is the New Black. She's in prison right now, living like a queen.
I will tell you, I was on the Epstein story long, and not to brag, but I was into because there was this Miami reporter. What was her name? Julia Carpenter, I think was her name. But she was on it really early, writing articles on it, and I remember reading her stuff and just being like, "This is gonna blow up, dude. This is gonna be the biggest story ever." And it did. It turned out being the biggest story ever, but it didn't turn out the way in which I thought it would, which was that both Republicans and Democrats would be ensnared in this thing, and we would get the truth about how power is really corrupted in some places, and it's not about Republican or Democrat, because Bill Clinton and Donald Trump, I believe, were both partying on this island together. Like they were friends, and the Trumps and the Clintons were actually friends before Trump ran for president. They
hung out.
Yeah.
I mean, he literally said, like, we used to go to parties because he was funny. He was funny.
So if you understand that both Bill frickin' Clinton, one of the tops on the one team, and Donald Trump, the top on the other team, you understand that neither one of them want this information to come out. That tells you right there, this information is not coming out.
It ain't coming out, baby. No. They may have a sacrificial lamb, the name will come out like, oh, see,
that guy, there will be scapegoats, but the real people they're not coming out. It ain't
maybe we'll give him Rudy. Yeah, let's say Rudy was one of them. Yeah. Nobody likes Rudy anyway. They give him one or two people, but other than that, the big boys will never come out because, like you said, it's not about the D or the R in front of your name, baby. It's how much money you got in your bank account. That's
Babito. That's what it is, and that's what I realized. George Orwell was right about everything. He's 1984 was absolutely right about everything, and they have us believing that we're fighting in some. And this is why I'm so disillusioned. Why I don't care anymore. It's like they have this thing that we're living in this democracy, but we're not. We're being given the illusion of teams. We've all chose our fake fantasy football team. Some of us have chose the left, some of us have chose the right, but they're both fake fantasy football teams, is what they are.
You guys like wrestling? I always said it's heels and faces, baby. It's heels and faces putting on this show for us. Oh, you guys are so bad. Ha ha, look at us do this dirty stuff and nothing happens. Oh, but you guys, ref looks the other way and he's giving the guy the business. Like, oh, don't do that. Come on, folks.
All right.
All right.
Off our soapbox now. I am so cynical. I'm so cynical. I would have hated myself like 20 years ago. I would have hated myself the way I am now. I'm so cynical.
You know what? I was just as cynical, except I was like talking too much about this shit to everybody who didn't want to hear it. I didn't realize that the people who are doing it already know it, and the people who don't want to talk about it don't want to hear about it. So I just shut up talking about this stuff for many years. It's like
nothing matters.
It doesn't matter.
None of it matters.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, hey. Do your research is all I say. Do your research. I mean, and be objective. Don't let your feelings. Don't let because you want to hate these people. Don't believe that they are wrong. Be objective. And
nobody's all one thing. No one is all one thing.
And on that thing, except for Superman,
free your mind. That's right, Bobito.
And your ass will follow. That's right.
Yes,
Superman. Yes. And Bo cleaned it up a little bit. All right. So it looks like yes, In Vogue cleaned it up, but George Clinton said, free your mind, your ass will follow. So that was back in the Funkadelic days.
I didn't know that. I did not know that was a throwback.
Oh yeah. Action Comics number 1061 for everyone's most altruistic hero, Superman, begins a new era. The Jason Aaron
writer. Okay.
Jason Aaron starting to write. And this is going to be like a Bizarro part 1. I always had a thing for the Bizarro. The Bizarro thing has been kind of cool because wasn't like a whole family of Bizarros. They only say like just one Bizarro now, the Superman Bizarro. It wasn't like a Bizarro Batman and Bizarro this, that, and the other too. But maybe something I missed or something I saw like years ago when I was a kid, like a Bizarro talking all crazy. But anyway, there was a Chris Bacalo cover B of Bizarro. No action, just talking. Yeah, and there's a Kari Andrews. Love some Kari Andrews. This is a Bizarro Clark Kent turning into Bizarro Superman. And this one here is like your boy Jorge Jimenez, like a little bit of Lois and Clark getting busy in the afternoon, like the alley of the Daily Planet. You already know you did.
Pretty sure.
Like bring that cape around, big guy. Let's get a quickie in real quick.
I love Jorge.
And him being Superman, you could probably do it so super fast nobody even see him. Like, ooh, we're done. Wow, that was something. Didn't see me take my clothes off. So yeah, that's a pretty dope
flight.
And of course, one of my favorites, Joelle Jones, who's a very talented young lady. have her signature on a Wonder Girl #1. This is pretty dope too. She's so talented. So I may pick up a issue or two of this, but just to see where Bizarro is going with it, because I don't want to pick up another title, but I just want to see if it's any good. Nathan Zerdy. Zerdy. Thank you. God, dyslexia. I know I got dyslexia or something, man. Some kind of learning disorder. This is pretty dope. See, this is the Bizarro Supergirl. Okay, this is kind of like that, right? Everything's opposite. So I know there's a Bizarro element in the rest of the DC universe. This is by Zerdy, yeah. And then this one by Pablo Rivera, so 1 in 50. This is trippy because it's like he's pushing the planet. He's pushing the planet down, and Superman's flying in the atmosphere at his feet. So it's like he's pushing the planet via the Daily Planet building down, or it's just a tripped out concept. I mean, that's kind of interesting. At least I think it's interesting. And the last one is a 1 for 100. I know. Tom Riley has done this one. So 1 for 100. Not at all interested in paying a 1 for 100 price for this, but I do like this cover. I do like this crazy looking cover just because, like I said, if I could find it laying in the street somewhere, I'd buy it or pick it up, but I would not pay a hundo or anything close to it for this cover. But it's not bad.
Fingers, you know, I'm a stickler, but and hands are so hard to do. But
he's Bizarro, man. He's got Bizarro fingers.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair, actually.
See? All right, a lot of good stuff. Somebody was talking about this next book here. I think it was Phil. So they're going to redo or start all over again.
Ultimate Spidey.
Yes, the Ultimate Spidey.
It was Phil, yeah.
Yeah. Where is it? Yeah, here we go. Me too, Phil. Well, let's see. Can I share this page? Are we seeing this page here? Is this the page we're looking at now? Yes, we are. Yes, thank you very much. All right, so Ultimate Spider-Man #1. So basically, this Spider-Man has a wife and kids. It's Mary Jane with 2 kids of their own. And so I guess it's kind of like the Spider-Man that they killed in the Ultimate Universe, who Miles took the place of, has now come back, or is I didn't read the first couple of, I do own a couple of them, but I haven't read the Ultimate Universe Returns issues yet. But I guess there's some explanation as to how this particular Spider-Man is now Spider-Man in the Ultimate Universe. Is Miles still in that universe? I'm not sure. I don't know. But there's a couple of different covers.
When is the next Miles movie? I'm dying to watch the next Miles movie.
I don't know, man.
So good.
It takes forever to make those things.
I think they made them together. I know it was supposed to release this year, but
it was taking them so long.
The strikes pushed everything back, so I don't know how much delays there's going to be.
Now, I hope I ordered this one, but I did not be looking for it. This is one of my cover horror must-haves is J. Scott Campbell, and this is the regular, I guess, C cover. Doesn't say what number it is, but it's a open order cover. Him and MJ. This universe is MJ. It's weird seeing him with a beard, but I guess that's older Peter. And then there's a 1 for 100 too, but yeah, absolutely not. This is gonna have to do it for me. Cicchetto, Marco Cicchetto does a whole bunch of these. One with the symbiote costume. There's one with the where are we? There we go. There's one with the regular Spidey costume, or it looks like the Ben Reilly Spidey. Or maybe that's the way you do the. No, I think that's isn't this kind of the Ben Reilly spider suit? I think so. Let's say this. and Spider-Man 2099. Yes, who's I've never read a single issue of, but apparently is in the Spider-Verse. So yeah, I will be picking this up because I just want to see what they do with this whole Ultimate Universe thing. I mean, maybe they're making up for for getting rid of that Spider-Man, and if not for that happening, where would Miles be right now? I mean, so many questions. What the hell? I have questions, so many of them. All right, all right. Next one is going to be. Oh, the way you use that. What did I do? Anyway, all right. Let's share this one here. Rise of the Powers of X. Number 1. This, I guess, is the culmination of that whole Powers of 10 House of X series that was out a few years ago. I know you're not a big X person, but there are some X folks out there. Bring back the Eternals. Oh, you talking about some stuff, man. The Eternals. And that's such a niche. But hey.
Yeah, I don't know why I like it, but it's fucking weird. I don't know why I like it. I want the movie too, man. What happened to Cersei? That she got pulled over for judgment. What happens next? What's going to go on with the Black Knight? Are we going to get Jon Snow? Is he going to be the Black Knight or not? Like, I'm tired of Marvel building all these things and just letting them be dead. Like, what happened to the Blade? What happened to the Blade movie? I mean, come on.
What happened? Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. But I tell you, this X thing, I don't know if anybody else is. I'm sure some people are going to be, excited about seeing this.
Chaos and Comics will be excited.
Oh yeah. That's
Beckerman
right.
reads
That's right. Too. Oh, okay.
He doesn't
Rise
talk
of the Powers
about
of
it,
X.
I feel like, but he does read X.
Well, good old Becker. How's Becker doing? I haven't seen him in a couple of weeks.
He is doing well. I met him and his wife for lunch and bought them lunch because he gave me a present. And I didn't get him shit, but he did get me a Christmas gift. Iron Man 128.
What is that? Whoa.
The Demon in the Bottle cover. And then, so I was very excited to get the Demon in the Bottle cover from Bob Layton, because this was one I always wanted. Because I love this cover. It's so cool. And then he had just heard that I had mentioned I wanted these books, and then he was like, all right, I got you. And then Avengers 186 was another hole in my. I had 185 and 187, but I did not have 186. So, and I love Scarlet Witch is why. But yeah, he hooked me up with 2 dope books. And this Avengers 186 is really clean, man. And it's a direct, which back then is and I actually didn't know this. I'm sure you knew this, but I didn't know this until he taught me. But that line right there means it's a direct edition, because that's how they differentiated between newsstand, because they were essentially the same books. But in order to differentiate in these newsstands, they put that line through to make it a direct. I did not know that.
Now, I don't remember if that was before they decided to go ahead and put like a character's image in that box and just do away with the whole barcode altogether.
Because this was, coincidentally, these books are both from 1979, which is the year Beckerman and I were born. We were both born in 79. So,
oh wow,
that was another crazy coincidence. Because when I mentioned both of these books, not even thinking about the fact that they're both from 1979.
Wow,
great year.
That Beckerman was a good man.
What were you doing in 1979?
79. Ooh, shit. What was I?
What was everybody doing in 1979? I was
22 years old. Get into some shit I shouldn't have been into. Probably age 22.
I was doing.
I was like going to disco demolition at Sox Park, running on the field
in Chicago.
Yeah.
You were going to discos.
Well, Disco Demolition was a thing they had at Sox Park. It's famous. You can Google it. Disco Demolition at Sox Park, White Sox Park. They had this thing with this DJ named Steve Dahl. He was a big rock DJ back then. He hated disco, and he had this. Back then, the Sox, they sucked probably worse than they do now. So any kind of promo you came up with, they were open to. So he said, "Hey, why don't we have people show up with with a record, get in free, show up with a disco record, and get in free." Like, okay, well, whatever. White Sox Park, they would have a double hitter against the Tigers. You may remember this. You may remember this too, Phil. A double hitter against the Tigers. It was packed. That old raggedy ass stadium was creaking at the rafters, like with 50,000 people in it and shit. I had my Peaches and Herb record I brought. Like, hey, I don't know.
Peaches and Herb, that's
yeah. My roommate gave me a piece. Here you go. You can take this one. And I was like, no, man, we got plenty. We don't need no more. We need no more records, man. It's going in. It's going in. So I go in with my disco record. The crowd is packed full of stoners who don't give a shit about baseball, and they're just running around and shit. And then, okay, the game ends. The Sox lose the first game, of course, and then the second before the second game. At halftime, if you will, Steve Dahl comes out on the field and brings all the disco records out in the big box and blows them up. Yeah, we blew them up real good. We hate disco, yada yada. On with the game. Except all these whacked out stoners who showed up just to Steve Dahl, don't give a shit about baseball. No, not enough. Onto the field. So it's it was way before they had security. What do you do now? They just stormed the field, man. I mean, it was like a riot almost. And they were running around the whole field. I mean, the players were cowering in the dugouts, looking out like this. Oh shit, is there security around this motherfucker? There's nobody was going out on the field. Steve Dahl was gone. he had sought cover somewhere else. And I'm just, if you watch those movies back in the old day where they show you win in the World Series and all the fans from around on the field hey, the Dodgers have won the World Series. They did that shit back in the day. I'm never going to have that chance. I'm going to run on the field too. So I'm around on the fucking field. Everybody else is doing it, right? Okay. So I'm just running around. Maybe I was sliding to second base. Someone has already taken it. Literally. All the bases are gone. All the bases are ripped up. And just I was running around, sliding into nothing. Just wow, this is kind of cool. I'm looking around I'll never see this view again. I should get the hell out of here real quick. I hit it back to the stands, probably 10 minutes after I got back to the stands. Here comes Chicago PD on horseback. And they just start rounding motherfuckers.
So you got out just in time.
I got out just in time. Oh, my God.
Link is in the chat to a Chicago Tribune article about that night, July 12th, 1979. I'm glad I asked that question. That was a good story.
Oh, man. Yeah. Oh man,
Jose. And I want to point out, I did not know that. So you were 22 in 1979, and Janet, 22. The lovely Miss Janet, was what was it in fourth?
Oh my God, she was
robbing the cradle. She said fourth grade.
She was younger than me. She was
robbing the cradle.
It doesn't sound as bad as it does now, but
no, it's crazy because my wife is
back then.
My wife is 7 years younger than me, so I think about dating her at an inappropriate age because there's such a wide gap. It's wow, if I would have started earlier, it would have been super inappropriate,
Oh yeah. No, Phil, this was at this old Sox Park, but I never got to go to old Tiger Stadium. I passed by it a couple of times. We went to it before they tore it down. I think it's torn down now, but man, they just don't have those kind of stadiums anymore, man. I wish I could have visited them.
We had Mike Bradley pop in. He was 19 in 1979. What up, Mike? Good to see you, man. Thanks for coming through. 1979, great year, everybody. Phil was in 9th grade in 79. He was a freshman in high school.
Yep.
1979.
Oh, wow. I mean, you guys are such youngins.
Good year. It's a great year.
Sledhead. What's up, Sledhead? Yeah, thanks for resparking that memory, man. It was good times. The best of times.
Yeah, Janet would have been. It would have been weird.
Weird. It would have
had
been
met sooner.
weird. The police would have been involved for sure.
So you got you a 33-year-old spring chicken there with Janet. You nicely played. Nicely played, my friend.
I'm a very lucky man. Yes. Anyways, where were we? We were here at oh yeah, new stuff coming out. Sandman, She-Hulk, already more sensational She-Hulk number 4. The Sacrificers. Oh, it's gonna be on one of my best of the year on our Friday video. Don't forget, shameless plug, Friday video, folks. The best of 2023. Like to get it in after the year's over.
I need to get my list. I need to get that list together. Huh? That's this Friday, huh?
This Friday, but if we need to postpone it, we always flexible.
No. I can wing it. Worst case scenario, I'll wing it.
Just wing it. Just pull it out of your ass. All right, what else we got? Captain Marvel number 4, Luke Cage. I hope that's the 3rd and last issue of Gang War. I'm not quite sure. I haven't had a chance to read number 2 yet, but I'm here for Luke and I'm here for Rodney Barnes. Hashtag Run Fool on Mr. Ballin's network. If you haven't listened to that yet, he's a great storyteller. This giant-sized Spider-Man. This is actually
you gotta share it.
Miles.
You're not going to see it.
Oh, I'm not showing it. Oh, okay. I'm not showing this one. Oh,
it's just us two. It's just our beautiful faces.
Oh, all right. Well, where are we here? Tell you what, let's
the present button down there.
Why is this not well, I actually was presenting it, and sometimes if I have so many pages open, sometimes they get what the hell is happening here? They get closed and I don't actually share it. Wow. How hard is this? Okay, let's back to sharing the screen again. All right, now we finally got back to where we're talking about here. Giant-sized Spider-Man, which is going to be Miles, not Peter or anybody else. Swan Song number 6 is going to be the last issue of that series about the end of things, and it's going to be poems, a poem, as Bullwinkle would say, of written by Maxwell Prince and illustrated by Martin Morazzo. A bunch of poems. Oh, these guys are just so innovative, man. It's coming out with stuff. Another Blood Commandment comes out next week, number 3. Deep Cuts, which I have. Oh my God, I thought this already came out. Deep Cuts number 4, with Arsenio playing the sax. Yeah, I mean, I think I could have sworn him. No, it looks like him, but you know, it looks. I thought we already got this, but yeah, Deep Cuts number 4. I guess it hasn't come out yet. It's been delayed. This wonderful series about jazz and real, not true stories, but stories from certain eras of jazz music. Excellent book. You get a chance to check it out, definitely read it. And of course, Madness is good. Petrol Head is good. Per Evil, I think, is pretty good too. I only read the first issue of that one. And Zawa not getting the love that it should, but it's, I think, so also a very well drawn book, and it's okay. But the next one I want to take a look at is Masterpiece. If I can do this without screwing everything up. Masterpiece number 2. I reviewed number 1 about this young lady who's an influencer, which every child wants to be, apparently. They want to influence. If everyone's an influencer, who's going to be influenced? If everyone's an influencer, I mean, you know, who will be led? And this is, I guess, more about this dude with the cane will come out. This would kind of got
Jose hype. Jose's hype for Masterpiece.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, because it got me interested with this dude here in the last few panels of the book. So I want to see what Mr. Bendis does with this series. I will be picking up this number 2, and it's only got a couple of different covers. Patrick Reynolds variant, but it's not about the covers really. It's about this wonderful story that we hope will, and this art from Alex Maleev, which is, you know, from that prime time Daredevil series that him and Bendis.
I wonder if they always have two covers, because if you don't have two covers, you're leaving money on the table, right? Whereas if you have one cover, people will buy X amount, but if you have two, people will buy both of them, which will increase your sales in addition to the
That's the
people who
theory.
just buy one.
That's the theory. But what if they only like that one cover and you stuck with all these other issues of that other cover? Now you're fucked.
But I think the money to be made in this hobby is going after the completionists, right? I think they're where the money is. The people who have to have everything. I don't know.
I guess. But yeah, I don't know what's up with the Century, man. I have a Century number 1, probably from, not the one that's so expensive, but probably as, the 3rd series or whatever. And the Century is one of the most powerful characters that has never been used to any, to any good. I mean, Marvel's just totally just left him on the. I don't know why. I mean, maybe they're afraid to have another Superman-like character in their, in their universe. I don't know. Yeah,
I've heard people say Bendis, he just ran out of stories. He wrote too many stories. He ran out.
Sometimes it happens. I mean, you're just empty. Sometimes that's all I got, y'all. I mean, you can try to come up with more stuff, but it's hard. It's
because wasn't he a rock star at one point? I know at one point he was a rock star, but he's not a rock star now. I mean, some people still love him, but overall he's not considered. Yeah.
Well, to me, he'll always, be legit because of he does nothing else, because of powers and some of the other things he's done, like Torso.
Miles, right?
Yeah, because that's on his run. That's him and Baggs' run of Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So those two things right there. You got street cred just for those two things. I mean,
name a bigger modern character. That's an interesting one. Who's the biggest modern character? I think it's
Miles.
Yeah, nobody even comes close to Miles.
I can't think of anybody. Modern character being the key. That's it.
Yeah, where he came, like, what year was Miles? He was sometime after 2000, right?
Oh yeah, because when Miles
I mean, you could say Deadpool is up there. I would consider Deadpool part of the modern era. He's up there. Spawn,
yeah,
be there. I know, but Miles is bigger than Spawn. He's bigger than Deadpool, I would say.
Is he though? I mean, is he?
I feel like he is.
I guess,
especially with the Spider-Verse movies, they've been so good. They've been so popular. My kids today don't see Peter Parker as Spider-Man. They see Miles as Spider-Man. So I would say, yeah.
But Eddie's got a point here. Like, just stick around. Like Spider-Boy's like, hold my beer. I'm coming, baby.
I'm coming. I see it. I believe I see it. But I'm sure they said the same thing about Miles, right? But there's a ton of Spider characters. Not all of them make it. Like, I love Silk. She's not making it.
But it's like I said, it's his to lose, and by his I mean the writers at Marvel. And right now, the hype is there. People will buy his books if you make them good. Only way you can mess it up is like not use them, like they're doing with Silk, or do something terribly bad, like they do with so many other characters. So it's laid out for him to be another Miles, if they do it right. Oh, that's right. You tell my age appropriate drink. Yeah, man. See now, Sledhead. That's what I'm talking about, man. Powers was the shiznizzle for such a long time, and I don't know if that PlayStation series that nobody saw except me, that I got from the torrents on the internet. I think I may still have the torrent somewhere on my hard drive. That may have ruined the whole concept of, because it was like so cheaply made. I mean, it was terrible. Yeah, I was hyper. Yeah, that's why I'm still, when I find Powers #1, I'm getting it for a good price. That thing was like, Ultimate Spider-Man #1, and that still has held its price fairly well. But for a while, it was like really off the chain. But now it's still pricey, but not super pricey for the original Ultimate Spider-Man #1. It's because it was, original #1. So yeah, all that jazz. All right, what's next? Bloodrick. I had Bloodrick in my hand and I put it back, and I should have picked it up because I'm not sure if it was, I had to choose between that and Petrol Head, and I chose Petrol Head instead. I apologize for it. I don't at all, because Petrol Head was awesome.
Looks
And
like a
this just
Berserker cover.
it does look kind of a berserker-ish, and I'm cool with that art style, but I just this went to a second printing, which I think I actually picked up. So I don't know if anybody has read Bloodrick. If you have read Bloodrick, let me know that I missed something, or did I do the right thing and just not and pick and pick Petrol Head instead. So let me know, y'all. What else we got? What else we got here? All right. Midlife, that's always been good. At least the first issue was. The Sickness #4, I'll believe it when I see it. Cruella de Vil #1, that's been due to come out for a while. Looney Tunes. DC is doing a Looney Tunes thing.
Yeah, I've been buying that since I started collecting. I've been buying that for my kid. So
really,
my kid has a nice run of. Yeah, she has a nice run of Looney Tunes starting back in 2021.
Oh, good for her. She's gonna be a comic reader, doggone it.
It doesn't come out every month though. It comes out like every few months.
Sporadically? Okay. Yeah, that's probably about right. I don't know if there's enough of an audience to justify that. Very cool. All right. Zorro, Man of the People. Like I am. A man of the people. Vote for me. Zorro, Man of the Dead. That's actually what it's called. And this is by the superstar artist Sean Gordon Murphy, who is one of the hardest working men in comics, and he can draw some shit. Oh man, he must be drawing nonstop. He must be one of those guys like Jack Kirby who's always drawing. Because this is also crowdfunded on Kickstarter. I did not crowdfund with it, but I'm down with this series. I think I ordered a cover A for sure, and there's some other covers too. I guess I've heard some things about it not being a super great written book, but I'm still going to read it and buy it because I love his art, and I love Zorro. I mean, Zorro's this is who's this doing the art here? Calero. This is kind of like the Batman pose, I guess, sort of. Yeah. So, Batman, Zorro, Man of the Dead. What do you think? It's going to move the needle for you? Yeah, doesn't sound like.
I'm not into
not a Zorro guy. Not a Zorro guy. I remember watching Zorro, starring Guy Williams, who played the father on Lost in Space. He was Mr. Robinson on Lost in Space. He played Zorro. He played Don Diego before he got the Lost in Space gig. So a little bit of nostalgia there. You know how I am about nostalgia.
You know, we all are, man. Look at comics. I mean, 85% of comic books is nostalgia.
Mm-hmm. Sure. And they know how to work us too. I buy almost every homage cover I can find. Even the book sucks. I'm still buying the book. All right. Invasive #2. This could be, I don't know. I mean, depending on what your stomach level of tolerance is, this could be something you could really get into by our guy, Cullen Bunn. This is about the surgery addicts and the people who just can't get away from, getting all kinds of, sometimes unnecessary surgeries. There was a movie called Crash. There have been several called Crash, but one of them was about these people who actually had a kink for car accidents. So kinks are funny things, I mean, some of us got them, some of us don't.
Turned on by being in a car crash or by watching it?
Yeah. Being in, getting stitches and stuff afterwards. I mean, some people need pain. I mean, it's a thing. The pain makes them feel alive. It's
it's true, Bobby. Representation matters. A lot of people are upset about diversity, and I get some of the ways in which you've done diversity. Maybe it's not the best way, but at the end of the day, representation matters.
Oh yeah, that's right.
For me, as a kid, if I saw an interracial family, I perked up because it was, it's everywhere now. But when I was a kid, it was not common at all. So,
oh yeah,
if I saw it, I was like, oh, look, there I am.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, at the time, I mean, I know you're familiar with the Loving couple, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
there's a movie about them. I
Yeah.
haven't watched it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the lady that played Tulip in Preacher played Mrs. Loving. That's that was a real thing, man. So absolutely.
Yeah, that's why I won't complain. Like, you know, being a half white, half black wasn't always easy in the 80s with, you know, the way things were, and not really being accepted by either side was difficult at times. But you won't hear me complain, because I've heard Trevor Noah talking about being mixed raced in South Africa during apartheid,
South Africa,
which is a different beast. So like, I'm like, I don't even feel like I can complain about anything, because at least it wasn't illegal for me to exist. So,
yes,
my family to exist.
Yeah, I mean, man, I couldn't speak to the being a child of an interracial couple, but definitely being part of one. So I can relate on that level for shizzle. Yes, and Ghost Lore is a really good overlooked series by Cullen Bunn. Cullen Bunn is like it's kind of like you know, the writing version of Sean Murphy. I mean, he's just, don't let anything stop him, man. I'm just gonna keep writing. You can like it, I don't give a fuck you like it or not. And here's another one. How you like me now? You know, so yeah. Cullen, I give him credit, man. He does not let, you know, a failure on one thing affect his, you know, his next adventure, his next project. All right,
Checks
so
to be cashed. Keep writing.
That's right. That's right. What's that? Tear Us Apart. I should have jumped.
Have you seen that Luke Cage gang war is cracking me up? Have you been reading Gang War?
Oh, this new one, number 3 or number 2?
Well, there's multiple gang, like there's Miles Morales Gang War. This story is going across multiple books.
Yeah, I've been the only one I've really read with the gang war theme is the Luke Cage one so far, and
which is so ridiculous. That book is so ridiculous. I like it, but just the whole mask while he's fighting next to his wife and his best friend is like, dude, nobody's confused about who you are, man.
I feel like he was given that scenario, Rodney Barnes, the writer, and he just had to roll with it. And I think he's doing a good job with what he has been given, because you know,
they should have done a better freaking costume.
I don't know who designed the costume. I don't know what's up with that. I mean, I'll tell you, MF Doom inspired. That's about it, you know. Dark Spaces.
I'm rolling with it. I don't hate it though. It's just funny.
Me too. I'm trying to, you know, I feel like, you know, Rodney's gonna do the best he can with it, and I don't want to have anyone else in charge of it except him, you know. So yeah, there's that. All right, look what time it's getting to be. Is it that time already? Yes, sir.
Yeah, I've been yapping a lot. Google at the beginning.
You. So it's time for the penultimate book, y'all.
It's time.
And now it is time for the penultimate book. And I tell you, if you guys had been playing that little game that Marcus likes to play every once in a while by guessing what it is, you may have guessed it, because this book has been mentioned before. This week, that book is Dear Editor #1. Remember that from a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, I do.
No memory of the event.
Okay.
Oh, let me tell you about Dear Editor. In fact, here you go, right here. They got like a little thingy.
He booked around and found out.
That's what I'm talking about. Now I know that that 80s guy is gonna be the first one in line to pick up this copy of Deer Hunter. I know he loved Deer Hunter so much when we previewed it last week.
Yeah, I do believe it was delayed. Yes.
Yes, it was. Oh, and let's talk about that Deer Hunter. A John Doe slaying lures a journalist into a world of political intrigue, a Wi-Fi enabled grotto, and a station locker full of secrets. For Bucky, an editor of the crime beat at The Truth. It's all in a day's work. But he also happens to be a deer. Will he chase down this last story in this Antler Noir series? Dear Editor is perfect for fans of Black Sad and Chinatown. Well, all right then. Black Sad and Chinatown. Was that the Jack Nicholson Chinatown we're talking about? I'm not sure. Yes, Phil, I love that soundtrack from Dear Editor. It was pretty dope, man. It's like 70s TV show, classic right there. I love it. Oh my God, anthropomorphic. Oh my God, and anthropomorphic animals are the thing right now. Let's see, Sled is down with it. And, oh my God, yeah, I like Luke Cage's mask. Yes. I mean, I'm torn. I'm really torn about that.
I don't hate the costume other than the fact that considering that he's fighting next to Jessica Jones and Danny Rand, his two best friends in the world, like, in the way this costume is set up, it's like, I bet that's Luke Cage, even though he has a mask on. I bet you that's Luke Cage. But
oh, come on, man! All Superman has is the spit curl to cover up his identity. Hey, it's not Clark Kent at all.
Black man fighting next to Danny Rand and Jessica Jones is. God, there's so many people it could be.
Could be just any old random bulletproof bald-headed black guy.
Yeah,
not Luke Cage. Could be anybody.
Stone cold who done it right there.
You know it. Where is Planet Comic-Con? I know you know where it's at, right?
Kansas City,
Marcus?
Baby, come see us.
Kansas City.
I've been begging Bobby. I don't think he's gonna come. I've been begging though. Kansas City.
Kansas
City. Here I come.
You know it. Yeah, I mean, I would love to travel again, y'all. But only thing stopping me is being on a plane with 100 strangers and wearing a mask for 4 hours each way, and the cost and all that stuff. But
because driving,
I had to put on the NASA diaper to drive to Kansas City, man.
Absurd. That is way too far.
I know it took us 5 days to get from Chicago here, man, and then but I had to stop.
Maybe we could all meet up at C2E2 one of these years. In Chicago.
That could work. That's a neutral.
I got a homie in Chicago. I got a place I can stay in Chicago.
Okay.
They just bought a big ass house, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I should go see them anyway.
Hit them up for for some room and board.
Oh yeah, I definitely will. When I go to C2E2, I'll definitely be staying with them.
Well, it's good to have friends. All right, last book. Dear Editor, of course.
Oh, Phil will come to Chicago. Maybe we should try and make C2E2 happen one of these years, if not this year.
That would be awesome if we could do that. The last book we're going to be looking at today, and I know you're going to love this one, is Acid Chimp versus Business Dog, #1. All right. More animals.
It's Mark Russell. I'm in. I don't give a
Mark Russell. I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. A little earthquake going on here. Acid Chimp versus Business Dog springs from the pages of Ahoy's animal breakout thing. My Bad. I think I did a review a long time ago about My Bad. It's like it's kind of a comedy series, and I guess Business Dog and Acid Chimp were just talking about anamorphic animals. Hey, I guess they never went out of style, but now they're back with a vengeance. Ahoy! Ahoy there, matey, is the publisher.
Oh, there's no way I'm gonna find this book. It's not on Tifo either. I'm gonna have to go find this book. I want it.
Yeah, I've seen it at my store several times, so he might get it. I mean, it'd probably be a low order. I mean, a low what do you call orders? Yes, low
Yeah, I could
orders.
probably drive down to Elite, and I bet Elite will have it. I'll go look. Well, I love Mark Russell. Not All Robots is one of my favorite books.
Yeah, this is acid chimp counting all his ducats, dropping it literally into the acid, setting money on fire. He doesn't give a fuck. He's a chimp. He doesn't care. All right, so there you go. All right, well, hey, we have finally come to an end for today's festivities, one might say. So yeah, good for us.
Ooh, yeah.
We did it. We came to an end. And
Shout out to the chat, everybody that came through. Always a good time.
always a good time, y'all. I mean, man, another year of doing this. Oh God, it'll be our 2-year anniversary next month. This time we'll be almost to the date. This February 2nd is our 2-year anniversary of doing this.
Oh wow, time flies.
Yes,
we all learned.
You don't have to give me anything.
We all got to learn what Lorenzo was doing July 12th, 1979. We all have evidence.
That's right.
The police come knocking. You didn't hear anything.
I was there, but there's no evidence. There may be some pictures on the internet. I saw one photo from there, like, is that me? I had a fro on, a big fro. Like, that could have been
everybody.
Me. Yeah, I don't know.
Go find him.
Yeah. That's the worst thing I've ever done. Then, hey, I'm not such a bad guy after all. Thanks for stopping by.
I've ever done.
That's the worst. Definitely not the worst thing I've ever done. For sure.
To the black guy.
All right. So thanks for stopping by. We'll be doing this again next week, and not before then, unless something happens. Like Marcus can't put together.
I'm gonna make it work. Don't you worry. I'm probably gonna procrastinate to the last minute, but that's when I do my best work.
I know, man. You work under pressure, man. You're an athlete. Yes. All right. Thanks for everybody stopping by. Sledhead, all you guys, Bobby,
shout
James,
out to the homies.
80,
Phil's Treehouse.
Phil, of course, who was the first one to lay out the goodies and the refreshments and stuff. Thanks for stopping by. The lovely Janet, all of y'all, man. I just love this community so much, and I love doing this show so much. Man, I can't wait to do it again next week. That's why we're going to do it again this Friday. So, in a fashion. And we will be giving away stuff. I was going to give away stuff today, but I was running late as always. But I have plenty of time to get used to the giveaway wheel for Friday and also for our anniversary show. So there'll be some things given away. All right, that's it. Thanks to everybody, and that's it. Be safe, and see you next week. Peace.